So after my corporate versus creative media video went live, it definitely became one of my more successful videos, both in terms of views and subscribers. Usually when I upload a video, I only gain about 5 or 6 subscribers, but that video gained me more than 20. And the people who click the subscribe button helped push my channel past its latest milestone, 600 subscribers. Now you're probably thinking, 600? That's a bit of a random number, isn't it? Isn't 500 a more celebrated milestone? Well, I initially did want to make a 500 subscriber special, but right around the point I reached 500 subscribers, my computer broke down, so I had to get a new one. And then when my new computer came, my microphone wasn't compatible with it, so then I had to get a new microphone. And by the time that came in, it was a bit too late, as I was already around 550 subscribers, so I waited until the next milestone came. And I think this is a pretty good one. And now for the question that a lot of people are probably asking. When there are people who have literally millions of subscribers, is 600 really something worth celebrating? The me from a few years ago probably would have said no, but after seeing what it took just to get this far, my mind has definitely changed. There are countless people who come onto this site in hopes to gain some sort of platform, but how many of them even make it this far? There are millions of videos uploaded to YouTube each day, and the vast majority of them never even reach 1,000 views. So I consider myself really lucky that the algorithm just decided to boost me randomly one day, with that boost coming from, of course, Welcome to Pokemon. But it didn't really gain traction until about 6 months after I uploaded it. I remember that moment very clearly. It was February 2023, and at that point, the video was sitting at around 500 views, still my most popular video, but everything was on a much smaller scale back then. After waking up, I checked my analytics and saw that the previous day, Welcome to Pokemon had gotten around 60 views. Now, before this, the most views it had gotten in a day was around 27, so this really surprised me, but it was nothing compared to the next couple months. When I checked back in the next day, it had gained nearly 200 views, and things just kept going. It kept gaining views consistently for the next couple months, at which point it sat around 30,000, and then it started slowing down. Now, I always wanted for that video to gain traction, but even though I always imagined it, I couldn't have prepared for it actually happening. It genuinely felt unreal. And the fact that people were also liking, commenting, and subscribing was also a huge motivation boost for me. You always hear YouTubers talk about how much they love their fans, and for a while I thought this kind of talk was just a bit sappy, but once I actually experienced people finding my content and enjoying it, I realized that they weren't exaggerating at all, and it is genuinely amazing to know that people love what you're putting out. It was so motivating to read through the comments and see what people thought, with some of them even saying that it brought back their memories of playing classic Pokemon games. I never thought that anything I made would have an effect like that, but the fact that there were multiple people who said stuff like this just made me feel so good. After this point, I tried multiple times to get another parody song out, and I still have like 5 different scripts written, but they all just kind of fizzled out or were too out of scope to actually produce. It wasn't until a year and a half later when I finally posted I'll Be Back, which turned out really well, and definitely shows how far my editing skills have come. Like, in Welcome to Pokemon, everything was just still images because I hadn't learned proper video editing yet, but with I'll Be Back, I had actual footage from different things, was doing some effects, and just having a lot of fun with it. I recommend watching both videos back to back to see what I mean. But anyway, Welcome to Pokemon is still by far my most popular video, currently sitting at around 52,000 views. It's not even close. My second most popular video hasn't even crossed 5,000. Speaking of which, when I made my first 2 Tears of the Kingdom videos, I wasn't really sure how they'd fare, considering it was the first time I was just talking about something. But they also ended up getting quite a bit of traction, both getting over 4,000 views, which none of my other videos have been able to do yet. Admittedly, I'm not incredibly proud of the second video, because I kinda rushed it out in order to capitalize off the success of the first one. And in hindsight, this is actually the case for a few of my videos. I look back at some of them and think, I was probably too harsh here, and I certainly don't want to be known as one of those people who gets angry at everything. So nowadays, I'm trying to be more reasonable in my critiques, and also talk more about things I like. And I think some of my old videos have served as a good learning experience in this regard. But back to Tears of the Kingdom. These two videos would basically set the benchmark for how most of my future videos would perform. After uploading, they'd get a big spike in views, and after a day or so, the viewer count would immediately stop. And I don't mean slow down, it would literally just stop to the point where it would only get a view or two every couple of days. This continued happening for a year, where the only video that was consistently getting views was Welcome to Pokemon. But soon there was another video that would be a reliable source of slow but steady views, and it was not one I expected. It was my Count Bleck video. I didn't expect it because this video never really had one of those surges that I mentioned, initially only having about 200 views. But soon, more views started to trickle in. 3 views this day, 5 the next, etc. This doesn't sound like a lot, but those views stacked and grew, and even brought in some subscribers. So if you're here because of my Count Bleck video, you being here is the result of slow but steady growth. And this soon spread to my other videos, such as my Splatoon story ranking and my video about the Pokemon anime. Things were starting to slowly get better, but at that point, I was feeling a little unfulfilled. I didn't want to just be doing review videos. I wanted to make something that felt like original content, but my options were limited since I didn't have a ton of free time or any money to work with. I needed something small in scope, but would still make me feel like I did something. This thinking is what led to the Pokemon AMVs that I made set to the tune of songs from Epic the Musical. And overall, I'd say they came out great. My favorite is still the one for Thunderbringer. It was crazy how well the music lined up with the footage. Some of the cuts I didn't even add, that's just how they are in the episode. But after that, we arrive at the current moment. Even though 600 subscribers isn't big in the grand scheme of things, it's still crazy that the channel has gotten to this point. There were a lot of moments where I felt really demotivated because the YouTube algorithm kept making it seem like I was about to hit it big, only to have each of my videos die the next day. But seeing as things really do seem to be picking up, albeit slowly, I'm ready to put some more time into this channel and make it reach its full potential. And so, I hope you'll stick around to watch that happen. To close off, I want to say thank you to everyone who's found this channel, liked, subscribed, and just enjoyed the stuff I put out. While the numbers are small now, you guys have given me a chance that so many people want, but very few actually get. And right now, I'm gonna do my best to not pass this chance up. Thank you again for stopping by, and here's to many more adventures. See you around.